Posture to supersize your business. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. Let's talk about this today. Welcome to day 170 of our Supersize Your Business Annual Challenge. Let's dig in. Today we're talking about our physical posture. And it got me to thinking, I should probably go back and check some of my previous videos and look at my posture and see if what I know to be true is actually true, and if I am demonstrating that in some of my videos, because I think that's really powerful when you can say, okay, look at this, now look at this. How do you think this video went over? How do you think that video went over? I think that would be a fun and very self-awareness exercise for me to do today. I have noticed that when I get tired, my posture changes. When I'm confident and I know what I'm going to say and I'm excited about something, my posture changes in a positive way. So we're going to think about our posture today, our physical body posture, because that demonstrates confidence and leadership and other things that we want to project in meetings and presentations whenever we show up and are discussing our business. Because if we're not confident in our business, guess what? Nobody else is going to be either. If we don't believe in what we're saying and presenting to someone, nobody's going to buy into it. I don't know if you've done any presentations, but I will attest to it being absolutely true. Remember early on in my corporate career when I had to do big presentations to groups, and I had to do even team meetings, even leading team meetings when I was the youngest person in the room and often the only female. It was a challenge. And I found that if I had the right posture, if I had the right mindset, thank you, Tony Robbins, if I did some of the things I needed to do before I held the meeting or had a presentation, it always went better than if I was nervous about it going in. So I started to change and switch excitement and curiosity for nervousness, and that made all the difference for me. So today, physically think about your posture. Are your shoulders back? Is your chin up? Are you slouching? Is your core engaged? I need a little more core work, I can tell already. Are you sitting in a way that encourages people to approach you? And I think of this at work, come into your office and approach you. I guarantee my folks in the Italian food manufacturing business knew exactly when I was doing sales calls, when I was stressed out about something, when I had just opened the mail, or when I had just gone for a walk and come back and was refreshed and energized, and I was just willing to help and do whatever they needed, right? So as we've discussed many, many times before in this challenge, how you show up matters. How you present yourself, what you demonstrate gets repeated in your organization time and time again. So in addition to this being about our physical bodies, which we'll have a little challenge about that, how do we position or posture in our business and in our market to show up competitively as the only alternative for the people we want to serve and we want to work with? That is our question for today. That is a question you're going to answer for yourself and start answering and asking yourself every day. How do we show up as the number one go-to solution for whatever problems our ideal customers have, or for a specific problem that our ideal customer has, so they know whenever this comes up, you're the one they call. Whenever growing and scaling and supersizing your business comes up, I want to be the one they call. No, I want to be in different specific areas, but just for my ideal client. I don't want everybody. I've worked with everybody for decades, and that is exhausting. So, posture, model confidence posture in every meeting and every presentation that you go to and lead, especially if you're the leader. If you're not having a confident posture, if you're not standing up tall and with your back straight and your hips flexed, whatever, there's actually exercises you can do to improve your posture. One thing we used to do when we were younger, I think I probably learned this in debate or something in high school, because it's been a long time since I've even thought about my posture, with the exception of this week. This week, I have been on the phone for between 8 and 10 hours a day, or on calls on my computer for 8 to 10 hours a day. And I'll find that every hour I need to bring myself back and check my posture, or I'll find that I'm leaning over in my chair. I don't usually do any work in this particular area except create my content, which is, who could be in this crazy background all day long and not go a little stir crazy. But I've been doing it here because it's a quiet area and I don't get disturbed or distracted. So I've been catching myself with my posture drifting, and my hips started to hurt. That is because I wasn't practicing good posture. So now I'm reminding myself every hour to check in with my body. Are my ears over my shoulders? Are my shoulders back? Is my core engaged? Is my back neutral? Or am I leaning to any one direction, forward, backward, slouching? If I'm slouching, that's a problem, right? Because guess what? If you slouch long enough, your shoulders will stay that way. It'll just become your natural state. And guess what? Then you look like you're always unapproachable or not very confident. People that slouch look insecure, probably because they are insecure on the inside. No matter how confident they are on the outside, if you're slouching and showing up in a less than maximum powerful you, that's what you're going to find. I talked about being unstoppable in the Supersize You Challenge today because I think good posture increases your confidence, which in turn makes you unstoppable. Meaning, you're unstoppable because you're never going to quit. You're going to just keep figuring it out. That is one of the best philosophies you can adopt to grow and scale your business. I encourage everyone to become unstoppable. And then today, what are we going to do? I want you to check in before each meeting and during each meeting, if they go long, like some of our meetings used to. Oh my gosh, we used to have 4 or 5 hour staff meetings in some of the companies I worked for in corporate America. I don't know about you, but I get slouchy about an hour in. And I think what I do now is we schedule, if we're going to have a long meeting, we schedule breaks into it so that we can get up, walk around, get something good for us to drink, not always coffee, not always energy drinks and things like that, so that we do keep our energy up and we do pay attention to our bodies and our posture and things. That's all I've got on this today. If I can help you in any way, hit me up and ask. It's kind of a weird month for me talking about physical things, but normally, and I'm doing it differently this year. I'm not sure why I decided to do this. I'm really sticking to us as the founders and leaders of our organization, actually setting the example physically in this year's challenge. Last year, I think I talked a lot more about the physical aspects of our business. All of the things like, our actual structure and facilities, things like that, and how do we ensure them and how do we do things. And maybe I'll touch on some of those topics still this month. We got a lot of month to go. I guess we don't have a lot of month to go. It's already the 19th. All right. If I can help you anyway, ask. Otherwise, I will be with you tomorrow. Absolutely, positively. Don't forget about the Supersize Your Business freemium school community. I would love to have you join me there. Just put Supersize in the comments below and I will send you the invite. Have a great day. I'll, of course, be with you tomorrow. Bye. Watch your posture.